Hey everyone, it's Pasquale.
And Dr. Tracy.
How's everyone doing today? Reason we're asking is today is the first day of Mercury Retrograde.
Hey.
And we are recording our little podcast fun times. And we just went through an entire one. And guess what? It didn't record. It didn't record. It's just processing.
I know what we do our next topic on. Mercury Retrograde.
So we're swiveling into Mercury Retrograde. Yay! So let's really talk about Mercury Retrograde because I think it's an important topic.
It is.
And so let's kind of start with the basics.
Even non-believers talk about Mercury Retrograde.
Everyone does.
It's huge.
Mercury Retrograde is like the buzzword of astrology. And so we're going to clarify some of the myths behind it, right?
Perfect.
So what retrograde is when a planet in the sky appears to go backwards, right? Every planet does it for a different period of time. Mercury is about 3 weeks, and it just appears to go backwards. And as it goes backwards, that planet's energy kind of reverses, right? It's the astrology behind it. Now, what Mercury does, Mercury is the planet that rules technology, communication, and travel. Those three things, right? And so during Mercury retrograde, everyone's like, okay, listen, retrograde's here. You need to be aware that communication, technology, or travel may be affected by the energy of this, right?
Right.
What that means is slow down. Slow down.
They didn't hear you. Say it louder.
Slow down. Slow. Retrograde, all it means is slow yourself down. Don't rush. Don't speed. Don't just run and do things because it's going to happen, right? This is a time for you to reflect on you, right? Self-care, taking extra time to make sure things are happening and being done, moving a little bit slower in life, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a great thing. 3 weeks of slowing down is amazing, right? I think some of the myth is that, oh my God, it's retrograde. So that means, and then
I'm not going to communicate well.
I can't cook.
Technology is going to be messed up.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be a problem. Life is going to be chaotic.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Life is going to be
right.
sucky.
And then when things happen, as they do anyway, all the time, not just during Mercury retrograde,
100%.
is that we're like, damn, Mercury retrograde is at it again.
Well, it's the funny thing is, and I laugh about it because
like Scooby-Doo.
It's totally the truth.
When they're like, and I almost got away with it if it wasn't for those damn kids.
That damn Mercury retrograde. It's funny because like a lot of times people are always like, well, you know what? I'm just not going to try. Or I was at the bank and the line was forever. Damn Mercury retrograde. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's the bank. There's always a line there. You know, like, just slow down for a second, right?
Our phones always screw up.
Every day.
You know, things always happen with technology. Travel now is a nightmare anyway, and, things, and communication, that's always
something.
A challenge with everybody.
We're feeling.
So
like,
it's
part
like,
of it.
What we call a self-fulfilling prophecy is what you really want to be weary about, because you don't want it to cause you to actually like make that happen in a sense. If that's what we're focusing on, right? It's like it's almost like we're setting those intentions.
It's the law of attraction.
And then speaking it into existence.
When we start stating negative things because of retrograde, we're actually tapping into the law of attraction and having it happen to us. So don't do it.
Right.
Just don't do it.
It's like when you spill your coffee in the morning, and then you're like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. And then what we do is, because our conscious mind has it has to be right even when it's wrong, so it will go out and consciously look for every bad thing that happened that day and ignore and dismiss anything good that happened that day, just so at the end of the day, it can go, see, I was right. this day sucked.
It's the truth.
Right.
It's totally the truth. That is like the truth. It's kind of the buzzword of Mercury retrograde is that everyone's expecting that now that we're in retrograde, it's going to all go bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Like, and we can joke about it, right? Like, I will joke about it. And,
there are some funny memes.
It's hilarious. My favorite is the Devil Wears Prada one where they're like, guard your loins because it's retrograde. And you're like, oh, shit. Yeah. But I think, like, if you really think about it and you break down kind of what happened with us, right? So we were having a good time chatting like we typically do. And we were just laughing about things and we just started. Mm-hmm. And no one looked. We started. We assumed it was rolling because the numbers are moving. But it didn't record. And so we kind of laughed. And I was like, well, it is Mercury retrograde. And I laughed about it, right? But the truth is, had we slowed down and actually waited for the 3, 2, 1 or listened for the beeps, we probably would have caught it, right? And I think that's the key to it is like, listen, you just got to slow down. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. But life happens every day to all of us, all the time.
Right. And my first thought was too, when to try to get past it was like, it was bound to happen. I mean, at some point that was going to happen to us.
Truth.
So.
Truth. You do this every week and guess what? You're going to have a bad day.
Right.
Like it just happens, right? and I think like that's the key to it is Mercury retrograde, yes, we're in it.
So go with the flow, slow down, be gentle, patient, tolerant with yourself. And give yourself some flexibility. I think flexibility is key.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to go with it. If you have to redo something, then
it's only gonna be better when you redo it.
It's like if you get a flat tire on the road, are you gonna kick it and swear at it for 30 minutes, or are you gonna just call for help?
I'm just gonna call for help. Will I swear it? Probably.
But I'll do that after I call for help.
Yeah. Or during. Stupid tire. But just roll with it, right? Mercury retrograde is just for you to remember. Like it's all it is a glimpse into potentials, right? Probabilities. So you just gotta roll with it, right? And the funniest thing about retrograde, which I'm not sure if it's public, is that it actually starts about 2.5 weeks before the actual day. Mm-hmm. So, and everyone's like, well, no, it started today. No, it started about 2.5 weeks ago. And it's going to happen. But you just roll with it. Right? Like that's the key. Have fun, enjoy it, roll with it, and just go with it because it's retrograde. It's a time for you to be caring about yourself. Happy self-love, self-care.
Mercury retrograde.
So happy Mercury retrograde, everyone. Enjoy it.